I don't have time. I'm working, I've got kids at home. I don't have time to work out.
I'm too old. This is too expensive. I don't want to pay for gym membership.
I don't know what I'm doing.
It is just not the right time. I'm really busy this month.
I haven't worked out in years. I don't know where to start.
This one is kind of annoying for me.
These are things that we hear on a regular basis in this industry. We're gonna address it, combat it, and help you find a tangible reason to not let that stop you.
Welcome to the Higher Form Podcast, where high performance meets real life. We talk about how to grow with intention, lead with clarity, and feel strong in every season. Welcome back to the Higher Form Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about limiting beliefs that keep people from getting in and staying in shape. My name is Nick.
I'm Britni.
And we're excited to have you guys back.
Yes, welcome.
We're going to dive right in and really start with just kind of getting clear about what limiting beliefs even mean, what getting in shape even means. I feel like that is very contextual to the individual.
Yeah.
Getting in shape really means whatever you want it to mean.
Depends on what you want, like what your goals are.
Yeah.
Do you want to look a certain way? Do you want to be off medication? Do you want to play with your grandchildren? You know, like what does getting in shape mean to you? And
Yeah.
where are you at?
And it starts with the why, right? We talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
I think so many people think their why is that they need to lose 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 pounds. And that's what getting in shape means. But every time we've ever sat down with someone who wants to lose weight, there's always a deeper meaning or reason that's driving them to be like, you know, I really want to accomplish this. And sometimes I think it's hard for people to even articulate what that might be, you know?
Some people, might not know what it means. I mean, we've had this where people are like, oh, I want to feel better. And, they might not have a tangible outcome specifically, but they're just like, I just know I don't feel good now and I want to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And that could mean a bunch of different things as they go along their journey.
More strength, more endurance, more mobility, better mental health.
Yeah.
And I think so many benefits precede the weight loss that everybody gets caught up chasing after, or the muscle gain or the aesthetic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those things are byproducts of, learning to love the process and enjoy the things that come with achieving those goals, right?
Yeah.
I think going out and getting in shape needs to be two parts. One part focused on what you're really trying to accomplish long term, that vision of what you're wanting.
Yeah. What does health look like to you?
Yeah. But then
life?
also, what is that doing for you in the moment? What is that doing for you during the workout, after the workout? Who are you becoming through the process of achieving that goal? I think that's something a lot of people forget to focus on.
Yeah. Like, how are you evolving through this process of what getting in shape is doing for you?
And the more you can focus on, I want to accomplish this, not because of the outcome that I'm looking for, but because of who I'm going to become in the process, the more you'll start to stay consistent with it.
Well, it's enjoying the journey along the way, right? It's the vacation at the end. Obviously, everybody wants the vacation, but like, you got to get there first. What are you going to do to get there? You don't want to be miserable the whole time that you're getting there.
Yeah. And then what happens after you hit that goal and you're like, okay, so the scale says what I want, or I just hit my PR, or I ran that race.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what now?
Yeah.
And if you don't learn to enjoy the process and really get clear, I guess is really where we're going with this, it's going to make it hard to get in shape.
Yeah.
And the limiting belief side of this is something that I was given more insight and understanding on when we first started working with mentors. I remember Coach Ryan, who we worked with a couple of years ago when we first started, talked about this, and followed other thought leaders in the business space who talk about how you're only going to achieve something that you can visualize and see and understand, and all of your experiences and life leading up to something are going to frame the way that you think about accomplishing something and whether or not it's even possible.
Yeah.
And if we sit back and put all these reasons out around why we can't, when in all reality, you can truly accomplish whatever you want within means,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that that's what we mean by limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
Is that it's going to be hard for you to get somewhere if you can't even believe that it's going to come to life. I think of Ted Lasso. You got to slap the sign up.
Believe. I know we've talked about putting that in the gym somewhere, maybe on the inside of our break room.
I think that'd be great. Oh, you got to see put it where everybody can see it.
Oh, yeah, I guess maybe
I don't know
on
if
the
that would
outside.
have fit the aesthetic vibe or not, but
Yeah, whatever.
it'd be good. It'd be good. So we've talked about limiting beliefs, talked about what getting in shape means. Let's talk about some of the things that we hear and see people say all the time. And these are the verbal barriers that people put right in front of themselves that limit them from even getting to the next step in the process. So breaking these beliefs, both through mindset and tangible action items, is what we're going to try to help everybody do today.
Yeah, these are things that we hear on a regular basis in this industry. And I'm sure other industry leaders hear this stuff all the time too. It's people being people and people having excuses and reasonings of why they can't do something. So we're going to address it, combat it, and help you find a tangible reason to not let that stop you.
Yeah, and there's two ways you can cut through these things. They're really like no excuses, F your feelings, just figure it out and do it type of mindset. But,
Yeah.
I think for the sake of trying to be more helpful and truly be coming from a position of being a coach, we'll try to talk about reframing the way that you look at these things and trying to see things from a perspective that is not your own. Because it is tough. When
Yeah.
you are in some of these situations, it's easy to feel bad for yourself and it's easy to put these things up. And a lot of times they're not even the real issue and why you're not able to accomplish something.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just the thing that you're telling yourself. It's the story you're telling yourself. And what you say is the way you're going to view the world through that lens.
Yeah, I think we also are pretty to the point people as well.
Correct.
So we aren't going to baby the answer much because at the end of the day, I think people are babied too much in our world. So just kind of be like, this is how it is, and this is what you can do to get out of that mindset if that's
Facts.
what's stopping you.
Facts.
So,
First
well,
one.
I don't have time.
What do you mean you don't have time?
I'm working, I've got kids at home. I just like I don't have time to work out.
Okay. What have you tried? Is this going to be role play here?
I don't know. I didn't know we were gonna totally role
I'm gonna
play.
let
I was
it.
just
I'm
kind
gonna
of
let it ride.
starting it off.
I sit in consultations several hours a week, so this is like bread and butter for
No,
me.
I know it is. I'm trying to
It's
come
hard
up
for
with
me to answer a
answers.
question with an answer. Usually, the answer of the question is another question.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure, because you're trying to get as much information
Well, yeah, you need
as
context, right?
possible
Because
to
what do
understand
you
where they're
mean I
coming
don't
from.
have time? You don't need a
Yeah,
million hours a week.
yeah.
I don't need to be at the gym for an hour and a half, 7 days a week. And I think so many people get caught up with this expectation that getting in shape is an all or nothing thing. And
If you have to start off going
yep,
into your basement with some dumbbells for 30 minutes, 2 days a week, great. Start there, right? Like, don't let that be like, well, I can only do it 2 days a week for 30 minutes. Okay, cool. Do that then, right?
on the other side of it, I do know that there's this, I struggle with this sometimes where I'm like, if I don't have the time to do what I want, I'm not going to do anything at all.
Yeah. Well, you like to work out for a while.
I've gotten better about that though, because I didn't have time
Correct.
to do what I thought I needed to do.
Yeah.
And I had to learn how to adapt. And I
Yeah.
think that's another piece of it too, is at different points in your life,
You might be busier and you might
when
not
I
have
was,
as much time. So you're like, okay, well, if I can't get an hour workout in, I can at least get 30 minutes in. So that's better than not doing anything. So
mhm,
let's work that into the routine or the schedule somewhere,
yep.
right?
Well, and when I was in my 20s, I could work out for an hour and a half because I didn't have
Correct.
anything else to
But now
do.
you own a business and have children and a life that demands more from you. So you just don't have as much time in your day, but you find time and you make time, whether that's in the morning before kids get up, in the afternoon when you have a little bit of downtime,
Yep.
before you come home at the end of the day.
Today, you know,
Yeah.
tap in. You owned a little bit of the morning so I could get my thing done.
Yeah, because I'm going to get mine in later based
Hmm.
off of our schedules. So I think it's important if you do have a significant other or a partner to, communicate about, hey, I really need to get this in a couple days a week. This is my plan. Can you make sure that you help me out and, help me bring this to life?
Yep. Yep.
So I don't have time is a very popular one, but I think it's looking at your schedule. What do you mean you don't have time? You really have no time, or you just need to organize things a little bit differently to make time?
And I think too, as you start to make time, you can adapt to add more as you go or get strategic. And getting in better shape doesn't mean doing more.
Yeah.
If I only have, let's just say 3 30-minute slots a week, because if you can't fit that in, then it's not a priority. That's the reality of it. Like,
Yeah.
here's the hard truth bomb. If you can't work out for 3 days a week for 30 minutes each time, this is not important to you because there are probably other things that you have going on in your life that are wasting time, i.e., pick up your phone, go check out your screen time, look at how many minutes you're spending in social media, go cancel your package for your TV subscription where you're watching
Yeah.
TV game shows every
Yeah.
night or whatever it
Streaming
might be.
services, whatever.
Streaming services.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking of like Wheel of Fortune, like about TV game shows,
TV
but
game
nobody
shows.
watches
Do
that
people
anymore.
watch TV
I don't
game
even know. I
shows?
just had to share that weird,
So random.
crazy
Yeah.
thought. But yeah, you're probably spending time on things that are getting you further away from your goals.
Yeah.
So audit your time, prioritize what's important to you, which goes back to the goals. If you don't have a clear expectation of what getting in shape is going to do for you,
Yeah.
then it's going to be hard for you to want to prioritize that.
Yeah.
And start slow, make it happen. If you never get more than 90 minutes a week, improve the intensity or increase the
Yeah.
intensity, right?
Yeah.
There's a way around it. It has to be important to you. It has to be a priority, but you don't have to be in the gym 7 days a week.
Correct.
Number two, it costs too much. This is too expensive. I don't want to pay for gym membership. I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't want to pay for training. Eating healthy costs more.
Yeah.
All of the money objections, the money concerns, the money excuses.
I think that goes, it's kind of the same thing as I don't have time. You need to audit your expenses. You need to audit where you're spending money
Mm-hmm.
and where you can be more strategic. Where are you spending money that you shouldn't be or could back off on? Because one, that will help with the goals that you do have.
Mm-hmm.
And two, you can allocate that money to supporting your journey.
Correct. And a really good auditing tool, this is something I'll use with clients or prospective clients sometime, is called the FASTER method. So you'll break that down into
Yeah.
fast food.
How much money a month or
A week.
whatever?
I
A
like to do it
week.
weekly
Okay.
because people, it's harder to
Well,
think about
some
that
weeks
on a
they
monthly.
might spend more money than
Yeah, but it's just say
others,
on
right?
average, right?
Yeah.
So let's say I go through the drive-through 2 or 3 days a week at lunch because I didn't have meals prepped or whatever it
Yeah.
might be, or I might order out or whatever. But how much money a week are you spending on fast food or a month, however you want to do it? How much on alcohol? That's a big one. How much on, so that's the A, the
S.
S being a whole bunch of different ones. Starbucks, or other stimulants, coffee, caffeine, energy
Yeah.
drinks. Shopping could be the S as well.
Yeah.
Maybe you like to buy a new pair of shoes every month. I've had that with clients before in the past where
Yeah.
this is getting so expensive. And I'm like, well, what are you spending your money on? We did this. She's like, well, I like to buy new shoes. Like shoes are my thing. So she spends $100 a month on a new pair of shoes. And I'm like, whoa,
So you get 12 new shoes
do it
every
every other month
year.
and you just save yourself $600 a year.
Yeah.
And that'll pay for a whole gym membership at a place for an access gym
Yeah.
for a year.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where to your point, you have to reframe your priorities and look at this as an investment into your life. And I think that's the other piece of it is it's not an expense. An expense is me going out and buying something that I want that is a not a necessity, but an ideal materialistic gain.
Yeah.
If you start to look at what fitness can do for you in all aspects of your life, it will not be as hard to make that time, excuse me, an energy investment into it and money investment into it because me getting in better shape, so let's quantify that, getting stronger,
Yeah.
having more endurance, moving better, being in less pain, sleeping better, having more energy, being more confident. If I could give you a pill that gave you all of that, you would buy the shit out of it.
Yeah. Because
And that
it's
would help
easy.
you
It's
enhance every aspect of your life, but it's the easy part, right?
yeah.
Budgeting is another big one here too, right? So,
Well, you didn't finish the faster
oh
method.
yeah,
Go
you're
back.
right.
You did F, A, and S. What would
You're
be
right, right.
T?
Treats, treats. So that's like our gym's right across the street from
Quick
Quick
Trip.
Trip, and I think it's easy to be like, man, I'm kind of hungry and be bringing up for lunch. I'm gonna run across the street and I'll grab something, but it's gonna cost you at least double there is what it would have cost if you would have planned in advance and bought it at the grocery store
And brought it with
and
you.
brought it with you. So I'm not saying you can't go have treats or snacks, but usually the options at convenience stores or vending machines or wherever you're at are not going to be the healthiest choices either.
Yeah.
So T for treats, E for entertainment. And I think this is where sacrifice comes in from a financial standpoint. What do I want more? What means more to me? Is it that video game that I'm about to buy? Or is it that new purse? Or is it getting my nails done?
Or going to a concert that's $400.
Or going to a Chiefs game?
Or going to a Chiefs
Almost
game.
football season here, or it
Yeah.
is football season here. And you can't go to some type of entertainment or venue for something at T-Mobile or Arrowhead without spending a minimum of $300.
Yeah, totally.
And that, once again, is one of those things where it's like, okay, I could watch the game at home. I could hold off on the nails. And some of these things that you're going out and doing, would you rather have the body and the confidence and the energy you want, or would you rather have that one experience? And I'm not saying don't go do those things, but it's like,
But if this is something that you're needing to negotiate with
yep,
yourself, what can I give a little bit and take a little bit?
yep,
Where, right?
for sure. So time and money to me are the same things. And we have a quote up in the gym that we shared this week on our mindset board that said the how you spend your time and your money is ultimately going to be the outcome of your health.
What was R?
R, goodness gracious.
You stopped at entertainment for E and
What
then
do you think R is? Can you pick it? Do you remember? Have you heard me say it enough?
I have, but
Restaurants. It's the same thing
oh,
as fast food, but different.
okay.
Going out to a nice restaurant is going to cost you more than fast food is.
Yeah.
And eating takeout is going to cost you more than fast food is. So it might be a little bit better quality, but it's still probably not the greatest thing you
And
can
you're
do.
just going to spend more money doing it.
So I'll stay on this for 1 second longer. I might have had too much caffeine today. I'm not a big caffeine guy, but I
Yeah.
guess I'm zinging right now.
So we've got all of the faster method out.
So let's say I'm spending 15 bucks on one thing a week, 20 bucks on another thing a week, 30 bucks on another, 100 on one, whatever it might be. When you add that up, I've done this with enough people that it is absolutely mind blowing
Yeah.
how much money people are spending on those things. And if you look at it, every one of those categories, with the exception maybe entertainment, are things that actually get you further away from being healthy.
Yeah.
Fast food, alcohol, excess in stimulants,
Yeah.
I guess shopping, yes or no.
Yeah.
But treats, not
Yeah.
the right healthy kind. Entertainment, yes or no. Restaurants,
Eating out. Yeah.
eating out.
Yeah.
All of those things actually move you further away. So not only are you saving money or reallocating your budget to something, it gives you a chance to take away some of the things that are actually other barriers in your way.
Yeah. Yep.
Sorry about that one. That was not the faster
That
approach
was
to the faster method.
no, it definitely wasn't.
That's all right. Thanks for keeping me on track.
Yeah, you're
That's what you're here
welcome.
for.
I've got you.
The next one being, I'm too old. I've lived this way my whole life. What's it going to mean if I change now? I'm not going to get where I want to be.
I would say, well, don't you want to move better for the rest of your life or feel better? Or do you want to continue not feeling good or not moving good or being just like uncomfortable?
The stereotype I think of here is the 60 plus individual who's drank 40-ounce Diet Coke for 20 years.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I haven't gotten diabetes yet, so I might as well keep doing it.
Yeah.
Or I haven't been to the gym before and I'm fine now. But I think everything's coming back to the why. Why are you even getting in shape? Why is that
Yeah.
important to you? How is that going to improve your quality of life? And we work with a good amount of people that are 50 plus.
Yeah.
And the conversation with a lot of these people as they get in, they get moving is more around not just adding years to their life, which you can extend your lifespan by doing these things. Duh, it sounds
Yeah.
silly to say out loud, but
Yeah.
you
Well,
have to
some people
say
don't
it.
really think like that though.
Yeah,
They don't understand that that could be an impact.
it makes
Yeah.
sense, right? When you're improving your health, you're going to expand your lifespan.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to decrease risk of cardiovascular disease,
Well,
other
I worked out
issues.
the other day and my watch told me I decreased my uh age.
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
Not my fitness age, or was it
It
like
is
my,
your
yeah,
fitness
yeah, my
age.
fitness age.
Yeah,
Okay. It was like you decreased your fitness age.
right. Hell
I am
yeah.
33, but it told me I was 29. I was like,
Dang, still in your 20s.
yeah.
Let's go. I think my aura ring tells me, and I float anywhere between 7.5 to 8.5 years below my
Oh, yeah.
actual age. It
Yeah.
gives you like a daily adjustment.
Are you just
So
trying to one up me there? Because I
that
was
was,
only
yeah.
4 years
I'm younger
below
than you
my,
are,
yeah.
even though I'm not.
Okay.
I didn't mean for it to be a one up, but I think that's such a cop out of an excuse. I don't care if you're 49, 59, 69, 79. We've worked with clients in their
I
80s,
mean, we literally have people now who are in their 70s.
and they're here to improve the quality of the years they have and add more years to their life.
Yeah.
And I think there's so much more opportunity than people give it credit for. So that one to me is like, okay,
Yeah.
come on.
But it's something that
But it's the way people
comes
think,
up, and
right? And
that's the
that's
way
what I
people
was saying.
think
Some of these
sometimes.
will feel maybe a little bit more legit, I guess you could say, or
Yeah.
not. But
Yeah. The next one is well, I'm not motivated. Like I need to find my motivation before I start, working on it or getting in shape.
motivation is not the key. And if you did not know that, go back and listen to episode 2 because we spent a whole hour talking about it.
Yeah.
And if you always wait until you feel like doing something, you will never get it done.
For sure.
The harsh reality about motivation is it is wonderful when it is present, but when it is not, what do you do?
Yeah. Well, and a lot of times you're not going to feel motivated, but if you go and do it and then you wake up and you do it again the next day, you start to build this momentum of,
Hmm.
well, I feel good when I do that. I'm going to keep doing that. And then it just naturally creates your desire to want to keep it up, just like anything else. But in terms of fitness and health, you're like, I feel good when I do that. I want to do that again. So you're just continually trying to chase that. I feel good when I'm working out or I'm picking healthy meals or I'm going for walks every day or whatever it is that you're doing.
Action precedes motivation,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
Yeah, you got to move and then you'll start finding more motivation or getting motivated because you're liking the outcome of it.
And when motivation's not present, just episode 2 in a nutshell, you got to lean on discipline
Yeah,
and
routine and
accountability to the things that you've committed to yourself. And it goes back to just once again being clear about what you're doing and why you're doing it and keeping promises to yourself that are important for you to accomplish.
yeah,
So when you don't feel motivated, get it done anyways, and I bet you'll feel better afterwards.
yeah.
Yep. I have to
Next,
give up everything that I enjoy. I'll never be able to eat pizza again. My friends won't even want to hang out with me because I can't even go to the bar with them sometimes. I won't be able to stay up late and do the things I want, whatever you want to call it.
yeah, and I think this is obviously there's a theme and they're all very similar. It's just the different excuse that somebody's going to come up with. But again, if you're trying to take your health to a different level or upgrade, you're going to have to change some of the things that you're doing. You have to decide whether that's important enough for you or not. And if you're
Hmm.
not in that mindset, if you're not ready to make that change, then maybe you're not ready to take on the journey.
Yep. We talked about stages of behavior change
Yeah.
in the Train Smart, Eat Well, Live Fit episodes too. So
Yes.
those we went a little deeper there than we will here.
Yeah.
But really, that in a nutshell, you have to wrap your head around preparing to see a different version of your life if you want it to
If you want a different
evolve.
version of your life.
Yeah, if you want it to evolve, if you want it to change, it's gonna switch some things up. It won't be the same.
Yeah.
But I think on the other hand of that is there's a way to have both, and that 80/20 rule comes into play
Yeah.
where I can still enjoy those things. I just don't need to binge on them. I can have them in moderation, but if I want to go out and have a drink with my friends, it's like, hey guys, I'm on a one drink limit tonight. I got to be responsible. I got to drive home. I got to have a meeting tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Set boundaries. I think
I
boundaries
think
are probably the most
boundaries
important
is the
part here.
answer for this. Like,
Yeah.
we have pizza often,
Almost once a week.
almost,
Yeah.
and so, but that's just like one of our things that we enjoy doing and we work around it and we don't feel guilty about it, but it's still a part of our life. You just decide what's important, how to make it fit, and how to have that thing not totally derail what your goals are.
Well, I think this goes back to that mindset around everything has to be extreme. If I
Yeah.
want to see my life change, I have to go all in and I got to cut cold turkey on the things that I shouldn't be doing.
Yeah.
But that's not sustainable. And either is living unhealthy. So find a happy medium in the middle and learn how to be able to set those expectations,
For sure.
set boundaries around what's going to make sense for you and what's not, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I've never worked out before, or I haven't worked out in years. I don't know where to start.
This one is kind of annoying for me because there has never been a better time for you to have access to the information you are missing to accomplish the things that you want.
Yeah.
ChatGPT just released GPT-5. They say that it's like a PhD level, and
Speaking to a
it's
PhD
like speaking to a
level.
PhD level support about anything.
Yeah.
The app is free. If you get on Google, you're going to run into advertising issues. So if I go Google something and I'm like, how do I lose 20 pounds? You're going to get blown up with all the fad diets and trendy bullshit. But if you get on ChatGPT and you say, how do I lose 20 pounds? You can work yourself through a conversation there that can actually give you a game plan to sustainably make this happen.
Well, we've talked about this. You say, I've got this much time in my week. These are the days. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'm at. where do I start? How can I get going? And it'll give you an entire structure,
Yeah.
outline.
And I know that there's limitations for what you're going to get from a computer.
Totally. But if you just need to start somewhere, why not start there?
And if you haven't started there, that's step number one.
Yeah.
Download the app, get on a computer, ask it what you need help with. And if you get to a point to where you're like, damn, there's no way I can do all these things sustainably, that's at the point where you hire a coach or you hire
Mm-hmm.
somebody to teach you. We've
Mm-hmm.
talked at length and will continue to forever talk at length about mentorship and coaches and the value. It's what we do, it's what we eat, sleep, and breathe.
Yeah.
But if you're not ready for that, or you can't afford it, or you truly don't have time, or
Yeah.
any of these other things start to apply, like you can start there and it doesn't
And
have
at
to
least
be
get
all or
your
nothing.
baseline,
For
get you
sure.
moving, get you something
For
going in the
sure.
right direction.
Really cool story about this. So we have a gal that has been with us for just shy of 12 weeks. She came in to do a consult because she hit a plateau with what she had learned through ChatGPT. She brought me a printout of paper that she had copied and pasted, and she had followed this plan. It told her about how much she should be eating.
Mm-hmm.
She followed a fitness plan that was 3 days a week for 45 minutes at home that had everything she needed to do for strength training for beginners.
Yeah.
No equipment. She typed in her injuries to this thing.
Yeah.
She talked about what her budget was for groceries. Like she had it nailed down. And then she hit a plateau with that, brought it in here, and then we went to the next level and worked on coaching,
Yeah.
dialed it in, and she's down like, it's like 12 to 15 pounds of body fat in her first
Yeah.
11, 12 weeks
Yeah.
because it means going next level. So I think it's just such a cool example of exactly what we talked about. Yes, that will maybe only get you so far.
Yeah. Sometimes you need obviously an actual human being to
And the connection and
give
the
you the
relationship
support
and the
and
accountability, you know?
adapt with you and help you work through life's barriers and stuff. Yeah.
But to me, saying that I don't know where to start, you spend so much time getting caught up in the anxiety of that feeling, action will suppress that.
For sure.
If you don't know where to start, just move the needle forward in some
Somewhere.
capacity. And one of the easiest ways to figure out what that move looks like is to lean on a very awesome tool in whatever AI platform you decide to
Yeah. I
lean
mean, there's
into.
more than just ChatGPT,
That's the one
obviously.
we use, you
Yeah,
know.
for sure.
But I think that, you know, if you can stack those small wins, you start to build confidence and momentum, and then you just attack the next problem when you get there,
Yeah.
you know?
Get help when you need it.
Correct.
I've tried before and I failed.
Yeah, this one's also tough because it leans heavy into people's emotions around their past experiences.
Yeah.
I think of Rafiki in The Lion King. Do you remember the scene where he goes, I only say this because we have two young boys,
And we've watched a lot of The
a
Lion King.
lot of The Lion King, but you know the part where he's like, I don't want to go back. The past hurts. And he's like, thunk, he hits him in the head.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you can't be afraid of the past.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
And I think it's one of those things where like if you let it burn you again, or if you don't do it now because you've been burned in the past, you are letting it burn you again.
Yeah, yeah. You're letting that experience impact your future experiences.
And you think about this in context of like dating.
Yeah. Just
It
because you had one bad relationship doesn't mean your next one's going to be a bad relationship.
correct.
Just because you followed somebody's workout program online and you didn't like it or you didn't see the results or progress that you were looking for doesn't mean that this other option is going to be the same experience for you.
Yep. And for this one, it feels more like not allowing your fear to dictate your actions
Yeah.
because it is scary. Change is difficult. You're flipping things upside down. You're getting out of your comfort zone. But if you let things that haven't worked keep you from trying the next thing, you're never going to get where you want to go. It's the reality.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
gotta make moves. And if you don't make those moves and you
You're
don't
just
try
going to be
something
stuck.
new, you're just gonna be stuck there in this horrible loop of feeling like shit and not doing anything about it because you're afraid of what could or couldn't happen.
Yeah.
And I think that goes back into also the win or learn mindset.
Yeah.
Okay, let me make sure this feels good enough to try, and if I'm still kind of uncomfortable about it, maybe that's a good thing. Run towards the challenge, give it a shot, and if it doesn't work, then you learn something about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
As much as we talk about mentorship, I've spent money on things that did not work at all.
Yeah.
I've wasted a lot of money on things that were not solutions, but instead of looking at it from the mindset of that was a waste, I learned what I didn't want and what I did need instead.
Yeah. And you've pulled different tidbits of stuff from every learned experience.
Yeah,
So it's not like it was a total waste, but it wasn't what we needed.
correct.
So that applies to anything, your fitness journey,
Yeah.
relationships, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finances even.
Finances.
I
Yeah.
invested in this, it didn't work out. I
Yeah.
invested in that instead. What did I
Yeah.
learn?
Yeah.
So many different crossovers.
Yeah, for sure.
But
General themes here.
yep, I'm never gonna look like Britney is.
I would hope not.
That could be a whole nother conversation we'll keep to the side. Focusing on your progress instead of someone else's, basically.
Yeah.
And comparison traps.
Yeah.
We've talked about social media.
Yeah. Social media. I mean, there's a million bajillion people online posting stuff. And how do you look at all of that and not, get in your head about it?
I think it's easy for everybody to do.
Yeah. And I think everybody does do it to an extent.
hmm Which, in one hand, is a good thing because it can be motivating to be like,
Yeah.
damn, that person looks good. But for you to sit here and think that because you're out of shape and your expectation is that you, like, I don't want to get too bulky. I'm not going to look like them. I think that's a little bit different one, but to me, it falls in the same bucket.
Yeah.
This does not happen overnight, and you can adapt along the way.
Yeah.
And adapting may look like one of two things. It may look like tapering your expectations or doubling down on your expectations as you get into it.
Yeah.
But you got to be real with yourself. You can't put yourself in this expectation or bucket of the people who've been doing it for 5, 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been working out since you were how old?
Me,
Yeah.
personally, I mean, I've been in sports my whole life, but I started
When did you start lifting weights?
high school
Okay.
and then
So
college and then after
what year of high
college.
school? Like
Like
freshman year?
freshman. Yeah, if
So
you play a sport in high school, you start lifting.
you've been strength training for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
For me, over 20 years. I started doing it when I
Yeah.
was in seventh grade. I started
Yeah.
lifting weights.
Yeah. I might have in middle school too, but I don't know. Yeah,
Still,
either way.
so for someone to be like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to look like them, like, well, you haven't worked out for 5 years consistently.
Yeah.
Maybe you worked out for a little bit and then you stopped, but you haven't been consistent forever. Consistency is the key. And if you are ever going to get even remotely close to that peak version of what aesthetic looks like,
You have to keep going.
you have to keep going.
Yeah, you can't stop.
No, for years.
Yeah, for years.
And you don't have to look like that person
Well,
because
everybody's
that's the only measure of outcome is aesthetic,
for sure, which is what we talked about.
earlier.
Depends on your goal. Not everybody's goal is always going to be aesthetic.
Yeah, I think also, but just for the sake of this one, also understanding that can evolve. Sometimes you can say, hey, I want to lose 20 pounds. That's what's going to get me started. But being able to make some of these changes and shifts in mindset as you're going through the process and then learning to find what you actually appreciate about it.
I mean, relatable for me right now, we're training for a high rocks, right?
hmm
So we're running a little bit more and we're strength training and doing metabolic conditioning. And my workouts have changed in the last 5, 6 weeks. And my body has changed a little bit just because of the shift in the way I'm exercising and taking care of myself. And so my intention isn't to change the way that I look. Like I'm not like working out to change the way that I look. I'm
hmm
working out because I have an outcome for a race.
hmm
But doing those things, I'm going to have body changes at the same time because they go hand in hand.
Yeah, so that in that instance, it's focusing more on performance.
I'm focusing on performance, but when you focus on performance, you're going to see physical changes as well, of course, because your workouts are, a specific way right now.
Well, that and
So just I'm trying to like relate that, like just because you might have a weight loss goal, or maybe you're just like, I'm just trying to eat better because I eat like crap right now. Well, if you start eating better, you're gonna have some physical changes. You know what I mean? That's I guess where I was trying to like
habit
relate it
change,
to. Habit change. Yeah.
behavior change,
But it
routine
just
change.
like just because you're changing one thing doesn't mean that something else isn't also going to be like adapting at the same time.
Yep.
I guess is where I was
Yeah, and that's
thinking.
another thing too. We're getting a little bit off track, but I think it fits with what you're saying is you're not going to get everything to move at once. Like my nutrition might get a little bit better, and then my conditioning might get a little bit
Yeah,
better, and then my strength might get a little bit better, and my sleep might get a little bit better. You don't move all options or all
yeah,
categories at once.
for sure. But as you move one, you're gonna get a little bit better here. Naturally, this is gonna come, and you're gonna want to do this next, and
I think
just
this
kind
is
of
where it goes back to tying it all together is don't focus on not being able to look like someone else. Focus on how this will improve your performance in any capacity of life. So you don't have to have a race, you don't have to have
yeah,
a show, you don't have to have an event, you don't have to have the specific outcome. You can say, I want to be able to show up better for my kids. I want to be able to do these physical tasks at work. I
and what
want
does that mean? And what do you need to do to
to
be
do
able
that from
to
a
do
performance
that from
standpoint.
a performance standpoint? If you want to show up better for your kids, what does that mean? Do you want to keep up with them endurance wise.
So that means I should
Like,
probably do some type of
do I want to
conditioning.
get up and down from the floor without
I
having
should
a
probably
hurt
get my
knee?
mobility and strength
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
And tying the performance to the habit, and the habit provides the outcome.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool.
To me.
Well, hopefully to you as well. It is just not the right time. I'm really busy this month. I'm taking care of so and so. My kids are about to start school. I'll do it next month, or let me just get started next week.
Yeah.
And in that one, it's like my quick response to that question is always another question,
Yeah.
and it's, do you want to be in shape the rest of your life? And the answer is obviously yes.
Yeah.
Well, then you're probably gonna have to figure out how to do it whenever things are hard, or whenever things are busy, or whenever it's not convenient. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So don't let the work is really busy this month, I'll start next month, stop you, because let's be real, life is always busy.
Mm-hmm.
When the work slows down, something else in your personal life might pick up. So there's always going to be a reason why that can stop you from starting something,
Mm-hmm.
because life is busy, especially in today's day and age. People are always busy.
Goes back to carving out time and making it a priority.
Yeah.
And if it's something that's really that important for you, find a way to do it when things are crazy busy and hectic. Because if you can do it then, it's going to be a walk in the park when things aren't busy, which is
Yeah.
probably not going to be very often.
True.
Not if you have a whole lot of responsibility in your life.
Yeah, for sure.
I think all of these things fit into the same bucket. And going back to how we even started is, if something's not important to you, you just simply won't do it.
So if you say you want to get healthier, get in shape, lose 20 pounds,
You need to attach that to something.
why do you want to do that? Go back to the why. Simon Sinek all day.
Yeah. Well, the Atomic Habits book we have on the table here, you're going to, like we said, have to change your habits
Yeah.
based on the things that you want to see change, or the things that you want to see come to fruition.
And if you don't know how to even do that, obviously that's where having a coach comes into play.
Yep.
That wasn't like a plug for our business necessarily, but if you're like, well, I want to do this and I've got all these things in mind, like I don't even know how to start like implementing all of this into my life or where to make my adjustments. That's where having an accountability or a support partner or a coach or a team help you figure out how to adapt.
You need to learn what works for you.
Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of like a trial and error thing. You might try it and you're like, okay, no, that didn't work. Let's try something else. Let's adjust somewhere else.
The reason I feel like you jump to straight to having a coach is because that is the peak option
For
for
sure.
being able to not waste time trying things.
Exactly. And it's not that you won't have to continue trying things when you have a coach, because
Yeah,
you
but
still have to
I mean, I think back to
taking a
what
little bit more
coaches
of the
have done for
guesswork out
us.
of it.
Correct. And you also remove the decision fatigue.
Yeah.
You remove the like ignorance tax.
Yeah.
You won't make some of the same mistakes you would make trying it on your own, because a coach is going to help you overcome or dodge or avoid some of
Have a
those
strategy that they
things.
know has worked for hundreds of other people in similar scenarios
Correct. A
before.
system.
Yeah, a system.
Find a proven system
Yeah.
and get it done. And I think another really important thing to say is, it is 1000% human to feel any of these things.
Oh yeah. I mean, like it's not that we haven't felt these things for different
I've
situations
used
in
every
our
one of these
life.
excuses in my life.
I think everybody has at some point in time.
Maybe not that I'm too old. I don't know. Maybe some things. I don't know. I'm too old to go down that slide at the water park.
Because you can't fit.
Maybe that's different then.
That's for a kid.
Yeah, that would be it. But seriously, though, I do think that it's human to feel these things. It just goes back to the reminder that you cannot let your feelings dictate your decisions and your actions, because if you get caught up in how you feel about these, and you don't have the ability to, or take the time, or create the space or environment or opportunity or whatever, to step back and look at, what am I really trying to accomplish? How important is this to me? How is this going to change my life for the good? Write out the pros and cons of doing certain things.
Yeah.
Spend time actually analyzing this stuff. And then you can start to work through, what are the limiting beliefs that are in my way? And if you can try to separate from being in your own emotions and thoughts about it, and take the time to really focus, use a pen and paper, do it in your phone notes, do it on an Excel document or whatever makes sense for you.
Yeah.
But you have to sit down and put attention to what you want to see change and be intentional about finding ways to make it come to life, or you're never going to give yourself the opportunity to get out of your emotional loop,
Yeah, for sure.
you know?
Don't let your mind play games, you know, get out of your head.
Yeah, and I think once
You,
again, you got to put yourself in an undistracted environment
yeah,
and be intentional about making that change.
yeah,
We happen to know a lot of options, even not just with us, around how to make these types of changes. So if you are really, really feeling stuck, we are here.
yeah,
We can help you, and we're not going to just try to sell you what we do. If it's a good fit, we can offer you what options we have. But I say this to people all the time: as much as we do casually plug what we have to offer people, it's because we're proud of our ability to help people break through these barriers,
yeah.
not because we want everybody to come spend their money at Avexia.
Well, and I know everybody listening doesn't necessarily live in Kansas City either, so.
Correct. And I think too, if I've ever learned any lesson, it's that not everybody's going to be the perfect fit for everybody. You know, like we don't have a one size fits all solution. And there have been times where I've sat down with someone, I'm like, I can't offer you that. You know, what you're looking for, what you need is not, we can't provide that for you here. But I think that's what, when you are looking for a coach, you got to find someone who is going to listen to what you want, help you have these conversations and be a team through it. And then make sure that, you know, what options that you're getting provided to you are ones that are legitimately going to make sense for you and feel like a win for everybody, because it shouldn't be a one-sided thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, that's it. Don't let these limiting beliefs stop you from getting in shape, and define what getting in shape means, and make it a point to really find a way to make it work.
yeah.
I don't know that we have anything else to talk about here. Any final remarks?
No, I think that ties it up in a nice little bow and
Cool.
send it off.
Awesome. With that in mind, we will catch you guys next time. Thanks for listening to today's episode. If you liked what you heard and want to hear more, you can follow us on social media and tune in anywhere you listen to podcasts.